Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. On the day after a promo Friday in FC 26, you'd think we're talking about all the new content that just dropped in this game with Trophy Titans, and we will be in today's video. But also, there's something more dark and below the surface level that is going on with leaks and conversations with the leakers yesterday about how they're going to be leaking content going forward. Maybe a little bit of a rant segment from me in today's video because it just doesn't make us feel good when the leakers are posting stuff like this. But not everything today is negative, guys. We're going to discuss that whole situation and what it means for us going forward, but we're also going to look at Trophy Titans Team 2 content that dropped yesterday and look forward to Trophy Titans Team 2 Day 2 today on Saturday with new SBCs, Evos, a Flash Rush event, free packs up for grabs, probably a market that continues to drop as well. Let's discuss everything today, guys. Buckle up, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's dive into yesterday's content on Friday where we had a whole host of new objectives. We had a lot in here, guys, and the best of all the objective content is this Iconic Excellence live event. This is the 4-3-2-1 live event, and it's short matches, so the games get done really quick. And the rewards are pretty nice. The biggest reward here is the group reward, a 1 of 2 90+ Trophy Titans player pick, which includes cards from Team 1 and Team 2. Also inside of here, you've got the leaked Max 88 center attacking mid Evo that we had been talking about for the past couple of days. This gives some really nice stat boost, but it only gives one playstyle plus. So Dino, who only has Rapid Plus, doesn't get a second playstyle plus because this Evo only gives Rapid Plus. So just keep that in mind if there's a card that only has Rapid Plus that you're trying to Evo. This Dempsey looks pretty decent. I'm looking to build his card stats up a little bit right now, but that's a really easy Evo to get done as well because these games go by super duper quick. And what you can do right now with this Iconic Excellence live event is farm a whole bunch of objectives in a really short amount of time. This tweet from the Penthas yesterday outlines it perfectly. Make sure you bookmark this tweet and save it for when you're playing in the next couple of days. You can get 6 objectives done at the exact same time with building a squad setup like he says here in this tweet. That can help you complete multiple different objectives when it comes to formation excellence, Iconic Excellence, the mode itself, the Brazilian dominance objective, the 4-3-2-1 milestone, even the passing mastermind, which is a new milestone Evo that we had yesterday that gives a max 91 passing playstyle Evo that gives pinged pass plus. Again, max 91, pinged pass plus, all the rest of the base passing playstyles in there as well with Game Changer included. That's a very nice Evo there, which you can get done by combining all those things together. So make sure you bookmark this tweet, save that, and get a whole bunch of Evos done at the exact same time through objectives. Also in objectives yesterday, we got the Season 6 World Tour League. I can't be asked to play 35 matches with silver cards at this stage of the game, but if that does sound fun for you, there's a Donovan, there's a Closa, there's an 84x10, a couple Playstyle Plus Evos in here, and some pretty decent packs. But again, I'm going to stick to the Iconic Excellence objective, my Foot Champs games, and the Gauntlet that is upcoming in this week because those rewards look pretty decent. Again, for probably my gameplay grind, I'm going to be skipping the World Tour League. But if that's interesting to you, that is there. And lastly, a couple of the new objectives which you can combine is the Winner's Circle 2 and the Trophy Titans Brazil dominance there with a lone Marcelo baby icon for 15 matches. So a lot going on in objectives, but also like we talked about, a lot that you can combine and do at the same time. Now in SBCs, our big SBC player yesterday was Bend It Like Beckham, but EA kind of released this SBC at a high price. Guys, it's 10 squads to get this 95 passing Beckham in your club. 4 of those squads are 90 rated. But after thinking about this and talking about it with you guys in the chat yesterday on the stream, I think there's a reason why EA did this and why they made this SBC 650,000 coins. This SBC is out for 20 days and 490 squads is a lot, but also starting next week with Team of the Season, we're going to be packing a lot of 89, 90, 91, 92, 93 rated team of the season cards. And some of those cards are going to be super cheap. We'll have multiple of them in our club, in our duplicate storage, and it's going to be a lot easier to get a 90 rated squad done. I think that's why EA kind of overpriced this SBC right now. If David Beckham is a non-negotiable, must-complete legend that you got to put in your club, I would just wait, if you can, a week or two, because it's going to be so much easier to get done. Maybe you get the first couple of squads done that are lower rated, some of the 88s or something like that, and then you complete the other ones next week and in the following weeks when you got some fodder. Now, the only problem with that is you have to wait to use the card. It's only got 2 playstyle pluses. Will it be put behind the curve a little bit? Maybe, with Team of the Season coming out. But for right now, pre-Team of the Season, I'm not in a place where I want to spend a lot of my fodder, especially 650K worth, on a Beckham card right there. But if you find that card emotional, then go ahead and get it done. Chip away at it. Use the cards that are going to make you have the most fun in this game. Now, speaking of SBCs that are cheap that I might complete, this Cafu checks the boxes. I don't love Rapid Plus, and I talked about this when we first saw this card posted on Twitter. Rapid Plus, don't love it for a right back. But for 120K and the fact that it's Cafu, even though he's missing the intercept playstyle, I might look past the Rapid Plus, because an 83 and then 87, 88, and 89 rated squads only comes in at 126,000 coins. For Cafu, that is really cheap. That's Evos in the future sorted for a right back. That is definitely going to be an interesting card, and one that a lot of people will complete because it is so cheap. Now, the best SBC we had yesterday, once again, was the expected Trophy Titans Team 2 upgrade. It dropped the exact same way the Team 1 upgrade dropped last week. 84 squad with an inform and an 87 rated squad. I had very poor pack luck yesterday overall for Trophy Titans Team 2, and this upgrade was no different. But remember, we were hoping that informs would be going up with more Team of the Week requirements. And, you know, I sold some informs yesterday for about 15 to 16,000 coins, but definitely not too many. And informs did not go up as much as they did last week. But we have big news related to Team of the Weeks and investing in them. EA confirmed yesterday, very quietly in game, most people probably didn't even see it, in a little in-game pop-up message about the promo, they slipped in at the bottom that Team of the Week 30 is going to be the last Team of the Week of FC 26. So it is all aboard the Team of the Week investment train. Get any inform you can at 11,000 coins on bid, 10,000 coins if you can, just under 12K basically on the market this weekend. I think that is a good investment to be holding, not just for the next week or 2 weeks, but for the next 3 or the next 4 weeks, as Team of the Weeks are still going to be required, but they shouldn't be supplied as much. So I like the Team of the Week investment there again this weekend, but they didn't go up too much yesterday. And if you haven't invested in Team of the Weeks yet, I would get involved in that. And if you have invested in Team of the Weeks, like I have here, still have a bunch on my transfer list, just hold on to them, because if you bought them at 11K or even 12,000 coins, there is no rush to sell those cards, because it's the long-term play now with informs not going to be as supplied with any more Team of the Weeks coming into pack. So that was the big content yesterday in SBCs there. Let's talk about the Evos, guys, because yesterday we had that big max 89 center back Evo, and the Evos were the talk of the town, right? 3 Evos dropping yesterday. Well, we already talked about the first one in objectives. The second one I've already completed. Mr. Tim Ream has been boosted and juiced up to a 90 pace, 93 defending, 92 physical, absolute specimen. I think I have to have one of the best Tim Reams in the game. There's somebody out there that might have a slightly better one, but I love this card, and he is so good. I've already spent 125K on this Tim Ream, but is this Evo worth it? I can't say that it is. 125K is a lot. It doesn't boost your pace over 88, I believe. It does give really good stat boost to defense and physical, but it also feels a little bit lackluster in terms of the upgrades to passing and dribbling. I just don't feel like 125K is truly worth it for this Evo, but you do create some good cards. Of course, Maldini was one of the cards we knew was going to fit into this, and he does. He stays at 88 pace. He gets a +1 defensive boost, +7 physical boost, which this Evo does look really, really good for Maldini. For 125,000 coins, though, you just got to decide if that's right for you. Also, you could put him into all-around impact, which is the milestone Evo for max 91 rated cards that gives a bit of a boost, and you can get him to 90 pace there, up to 78 pass and 82 dribble. But is that really worth it for you to put that Evo on top of Maldini? That's just kind of up to you. Other than that, like, If this Evo was 50K, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty good, right? I think that's affordable. I think that's worth it for the upgrade, but 125,000 coins just seems like a lot. And if you don't want to spend that many coins, this could be an Evo that you skip, again, heading into Team of the Season where we're going to be getting great Evos. And actually, this Evo is going to be out during Team of the Season as well. So if you're like, you know what, Nate, I'm just going to wait and see what the first couple of days of TOTS brings, then maybe that will be a way you could get this Evo done and have a few more coins. Once TOTS starts, that Evo will still be out. But we definitely got really hyped for that center back Evo based on the leaks, and I don't know if it really delivered. Like, take a look at some of the prices of center backs yesterday. Like, people are doing the Evo because, you know, Maldini dropped yesterday. That's a big card, and a lot of the other little bro Trophy Titans icons like Sol Campbell, Nesta, Thuram, and others fit the Evo. So you can see center backs like Harry Maguire, they are dropping in value, and even cards that were invested in for the Evo, like 89 Vidic, 700K, went all the way down to 500,000 coins because he doesn't look too good in it. But then you have the opposite effect, right? Mickey Van de Ven was 30K. He went up to 50 pre-content, went back down to 30. Now he's back up to 48K. So people are doing this Evo. Even though I personally think it's overpriced, you are seeing a lot of people that are doing it based on the way the market is moving. Now, the third and final Evo that we had yesterday was the free one. This might be the best Evo of the day. Into the Spotlight's a max 87 all-around Evo boost that gives awesome upgrades to specifically dribbling. Almost every card that I've put into this goes up to 93 dribbling on their card. That is phenomenal. Zakagny right there goes up to 93. Even this Darlington Nagby card here goes up to 93. I'm taking a look at my Johan Cruyff Evo in my club that's still 87 rated, going to 93 dribbling on his card. I've got a Balogun that I'm working on. This one might go on his card. I'm really going to have to decide who I'm going to put this Evo on, but this is a really good one for a free Evo for sure, and it does take you to 89 rated, so you're not that far up in terms of rating for the future upgrades. I mean, we have max 89 Evos right now, and as we get into Team of the Season, I would imagine that we get more of those as well. You can see this one's 81% upvoted on Footbin, and I would agree with that. I think, you know, 62% downvote for the paid center back one, but 81% upvote for the free one. I would agree with. Now, let's take a look at the team that is in packs before we get to the real discussion of yesterday, and that is Trophy Titans team number 2. Guys, remember how Trophy Titans team 1 last week was really, really good for lazy selling? Well, I think team 2 is decent as well for some of that. I have been trading with some Ian Rush cards. I think he's like 50,000 coins for his big bro version. The little bro version's about 30,000 coins, but this is just a finesse, low-driven, 93 shooting striker card with, I believe, a 5-star weak foot. Yeah, 5-star weak foot Ian Rush that I think people want to just try, right? And it's harder to find him because you've got the little bro version that is in there as well. Now, this promo team yesterday started off kind of expensive, had some fluctuations in the first hour. We made some really good coins, some cards like Kluivert. He went from 240K up to 400,000 coins, but we know what happens on Saturdays to these cards. Sure, there's a lot of hype with players like Maldini. Look at how low he is now, only 130,000 coins. He might go up a little bit in the early hours today on Saturday, guys, but these cards are going to drop. Remember what happened last Saturday and even 2 Saturdays ago. EA dropped the tradable lightning rounds at content on Saturdays. Combined with the weekend link reward supply that comes in, these cards end up dropping. So I'd be very careful holding any of these cards after content today. And there are some gems in here, just taking the team at face value. That's a nice Ashley Cole card, right? Really good stats there. A very usable Shevchenko with technical and low driven plus. A Wayne Rooney, who EA definitely kind of messed up the playstyles on. Game changer, low driven, and press proven is not the best there. But like Van Basten looks fun. You know, Pires looks fun with 3 playstyle pluses for a little more of an expensive card. Even Bobby Moore for 100K with 95 defending might be kind of usable as well. So it is definitely a fun team, but it's not crazy, and I just believe that these prices are going to drop a good bit more today, and especially with Team of the Season incoming, I wouldn't mess with it too much, but you can do some lazy selling and you can get some coins. I think I just sold another Ian Rush. No, I sold a Campbell right there. You can still lazy sell team 1 as well. That's a testament there. I think the sold Campbell is like 22,000 coins or 20K still, selling him for 29,000 coins there. So that is team 2. And speaking of pack weight for a quick second, I did not have very much pack luck yesterday with these Team 2 cards. I know you could say I've used it all up because I packed Thuram with Team 1, which is very true, I did, but didn't feel like the Team 2 luck was quite the same as Team 1. Now, that's all the content from yesterday, but as we discussed in the intro of the video, guys, there was a lot more going around the interwebs yesterday of the FC26 community. And it was this tweet right here that really started all of the conversations. This was surprising. I was not expecting the leakers to be posting communication yesterday on the timeline on a Friday before a Promo Friday content release. And there were two things, as I talked about this in the stream yesterday when we reacted to this tweet. There were two things that I was feeling when I first saw this. The first thing was I laughed because after reading this, I realized the leakers have better communication than EA do themselves. Like, you know, important announcement. Here's what we're going to be doing. I'm like, dude, EA, if you would do stuff like this, we'd be so much happier with how we feel about you. The second thing that I was feeling from this is just upset. It shows how much the leaks have taken over this game. And that's obvious. We've known this, but to some degree, it's just kind of sad. Let me take you through this tweet, right? Foot Police says, important announcement. Starting this weekend, we will leak evolutions with the full details, requirements included, 3 to 7 days before evolutions drop. That is contrary to how Evos have been leaked in the past, where the morning of or maybe a day before they get leaked, and sometimes without the requirements being publicly released for those evolution leaks. He said, you'll be better able to plan your evolutions with this information, which I do believe is true, because you're going to be able to say, oh, like we have right now, leaks for a striker, right back, CDM, and center mid evo. Like, okay, you're maybe not going to put a center mid into another evolution if you want to wait and see what the next one's going to be. So that is the benefit of leaks. That's always been the benefit of leaks. You get the information ahead of time and you get to plan it out. But this part right here is what I'm kind of scratching my head about, and I think it's going to actually cause a lot of frustration. Because we leak these things so early, things can change. My recommendation is avoiding trading with them. Basically what he's saying here is, just like we saw last week, the Max 88 Cam Evo was supposed to be released on Thursday. They tweeted that, right? Then it got moved to Friday. If they leak things 3 to 7 days ahead of time, that is setting the expectation that an Evo is going to come out on a certain time, or a certain Evo with certain requirements are going to be coming out. And when that doesn't happen and things change, who do we get mad at? The leakers. So that just kind of hurts our frustration. That gives us frustration because we have expectations. It's the same conversation we talk about all the time with leaks. It creates an expectation of either good things or bad things. And when those expectations aren't met, we get frustrated. I also think that them tweeting out these Evos so early is going to impact the market, because even with the leaks that we had in the past couple of days that were really early, you saw right backs and other CDM-CM players moving like crazy on the market, because the leakers behind the paywall of these Discords that have this information are getting those leaks, and they're going and investing in those cards. And that's the other thing with this, is that it makes a bigger gap between those of us who are on the game making investments and wanting to invest in these cards that could fit in Evos, and those who are getting the information first behind closed doors. It just doesn't give us, as the community, a good feeling about what is going on behind the scenes in this game. Some people even read this tweet yesterday, especially down here at the very bottom, and it made them feel like the leaks were not going to be tweeted out anymore, and that they were going to be all private behind those paywalls, so that you had to pay to see the leaks. And I don't think that's the case, because, you know, Foot Police says that Detective Foot and Foot Agent are also going to have all the details for Evos, and they're going to be tweeting them out as well. So I don't think tweets are going to change. I don't think they're putting all of this behind paywalls, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't give me a nice feeling, bro. It just doesn't feel nice when these sorts of things, they just feel like black market-esque, just are out in the open and talked about. Like, it also confirms that the leakers work together on these things, like Detective Foot, Foot Agent, and Foot Police. It's been obvious with the way that they tweet, but it just confirms that publicly, that they are working together to control how leaks and information are spread about this game. So, I don't know, man. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Whenever we have discussions like this, it just never makes you feel good, because I dream of the way that this game was 5 years ago, when we were making YouTube videos with more genuine excitement than ever, not knowing what was coming out the next day. The only leaks that we had were pack code. And that's fine because that doesn't tell you exactly how the pack's going to be used, right? Sure, we can tell what pack's going to be in the store and what pack's going to be in SBCs or objectives, but we don't exactly know what SBC objective or where that pack is going to be released and stuff like that. Those were the only leaks that we had. Like, you were showing up to 6 p.m. content every day, 1 p.m. content, whatever time was for you, out of genuine curiosity, because that was part of the guessing game of what is EA going to drop today, right? And that was something that I really enjoyed doing. There was so much fun in that. And I think that that would really benefit this game if that came back. So I don't know if EA is doing anything with leaks. It is, again, funny. I'm sure EA is seeing this tweet and it's like, wow, like these guys are legit posting about their leaks as it kind of pertains to their business of running their behind the scenes Patreon, Discord, all of that crazy stuff with the leaks, because let's be honest, these guys are selling these leaks for information for people to make coins on because they have that information early. But that just adds to the whole, black market-esque feel and just the not good feeling about it. So I don't like to talk about, all the negative stuff, but this is one of the things that just grinds my gears, if I'm being completely honest. I don't hate the leakers as people. I just don't agree with what they are doing. But again, we talk about leaks all the time because, as you guys know, you kind of can't ignore them in this game because it is that planning ahead that gives you an edge. And if you decide to ignore all the leaks, well, first of all, you're not going to be able to have any social media or interact with anybody on this game on Twitter or on Instagram because you're going to see the leaks because they're such a big part of this game. And then second of all, it's just, you're going to fall so behind in terms of the market. Why are prices crashing? Why are prices going up in crazy, in price? Well, there was a leak, right? And that's the whole thing about leaks, that it creates inconsistencies and market manipulation and just, again, leaves us feeling frustrated, right? I just wish more and more that EA find a way to get rid of the leaks. I think that the game would be genuinely so much more fun without them. And also, I'm going to throw this tidbit in. I think we get Team of the Season leaks today, guys. I think the leakers are sitting on Team of the Season leaks. I think they have the whole MLS Team of the Season, Eredivisie Team of the Season that's going to be released next week because those were not voted on. I think we're going to start seeing player leaks for, Messi tots and stuff like that, maybe as early as today. So just watch out for that. But again, I'd love to hear you guys' comments down below after this yap session for me on leaks in the description. Now, speaking of leaks, it's going to seem super hypocritical, right? Because I'm frustrated about leaks. But like I said, you can't ignore them. The leaks are kind of what we're looking to every day for content that's going to be coming out. And we do have a whole list of leaked SBCs, right, that are coming during Trophy Titans. We have already had Beckham. We have already had Cafu. Who's next for today on Saturday? Stoichkov has to be on top of the list of possible names, right? You got showdowns because last week the showdowns came out on, I think it was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of last week. We had showdown SBCs. Sergio Berto is a moments card. Bowen is a moments card. And Milito with official stats as well. All the players that we have right now. This Riquelme is actually showing in game. If you want to check out his card, that's one of the cool things about the Gauntlet rewards that we have upcoming for this Monday. If you take a look and preview the event, this isn't a leak because it's in game. So that's not a leak, right? It's not showing now. They flipped it to the bonus rewards where there's a Trophy Titans Team 2 player pick, an 88x5, and 89x2. That's actually pretty cool. But inside of the Gauntlet rewards that we're showing in game, there was a 3-play stop plus Riquelme. Now, he didn't have great stats. He had 93 passing and dribbling, 87 pace and shooting, but a 3-play stop plus 90 rated card for playing the Gauntlet and a usable Riquelme is pretty interesting. So the rest of Saturday content that we're kind of looking out for today, besides a daily player SBC, would be free packs because we got the La Liga and EMLS, I believe, both going today. So watch for EA's Twitch stream and YouTube stream to be up. And if you watch those broadcasts this weekend, today and tomorrow, you'll be able to get some 85x2 and 86x2 packs. And of course, those would be upgrades coming in for those E-League cards that were dropped in SBCs as well. And then, of course, we're expecting a Flash Rush event today. That's one of the notes that I have written down because on Saturdays, we get Flash Rush events every single week, basically. And I think last week, the one had a pretty good Evo inside of it. They had Momentum Shift, which gave up +2 or +3 boost to pace, which was a really good one. So that's one thing that we're absolutely watching out for today as well. Last thing that I want to discuss, if you stayed for the end of the video, you're going to get the premium market tips, right? Not behind a paywall, not a hashtag ad, just genuine market advice, because we cooked yesterday trading cards. The market had a really nice Friday night bounce. Some of you guys were in the streams. in the stream yesterday, we saw the prices move up, right? Like I bought Hazard, flipped Hazard for a nice bit of profit, bought him for 3.09, sold him for 3.47. A lot of the other cards from Team 2 of Trophy Titans that we flipped out-of-pack special cards like this Eto. Prices did good last night, but I think this is the end of the road. I would severely be, I don't know why I said severely, I would majorly be telling you to sell cards right now from your team, especially if they are from older promo teams and the prices are still inflated, because we are getting to team of the season market panic time, and you're going to want to be out of stuff. I tweeted about it yesterday. We talked about it for the past 2 days, but I'm going to keep doubling down on it because I think it's a very, very important thing to be liquid and not be sitting on too many cards in your club right now. This is one of the cards, by the way, that just tanked yesterday with the Marcelo. 211K for Nuno Tavares, down to 130,000 coins. Crazy price drop for him there, really just due to the Marcelo card. Now, there's going to be more price drops, and there are some cards that you maybe could hold on to. Road to the finals, I get it. There's upgrades that are incoming for these. They're a little bit different, but still, I think I would want to sell these at least this week if they get upgrades. Like Due, let's say he gets the playstyle upgrade on Tuesday. Sorloth, let's say he gets the upgrade as well. Still before team of the season, even with more Champions League games happening this week, I would opt to take the safe route and maybe sell a few of those cards and then try to see if you could rebuy during a different window at the start of team of the season, because I do believe there is going to be some market panic on this game, maybe later today, but specifically earlier into the week next week, which is why I'm sitting on most of my coins at the moment. Got a couple of trades that we're going to try to do here with a couple of Rush still and a Florian Wirtz that we got at 1.2 mil that will hopefully be able to sell for about 1.3 or above. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for me today. Drop your comments down below about the leaks, what you're wondering about those and what that makes you feel. And I will catch you guys in a video tomorrow on Sunday. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys in that video tomorrow. Have a great one. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. See you later. Peace out.